Okay, hi there, Year 7s. I'm just going to remind you how to access the Cambridge Latin course online, the online textbook, and the sort of online activities where you can click on a word and find out what it means in English, and then easily do a whole passage of translation. But there's all sorts of other things on the Cambridge Latin website as well. And since you've got lots of time to explore this now, it would be sensible to not just concentrate on the Latin when there's so much other stuff as well to explore. So I've typed into Google CLCNA, which is short for North America. I don't know why that works best, but it does. So I've clicked on the Cambridge Schools Classics project. The first thing there is the Cambridge Latin course. That's what we want. Nothing else really matters. So I've clicked on that now, and straight away you can see it says online activities, online textbooks. I think what we'll do first of all is go to online textbooks. So I've clicked on that. Webbook 1 is there. Oh, there's Caecilius, looking less than impressed. Don't know why. He's got plenty to smile about. And there he is, looking swarthy. Just click on next page and you can skim through the book. If you want to dash ahead, you could go to any of the 12 stages. You can go to stage 4 and see what that's all about. It turns out there's stage 4. There's a very big man and a very small lion, and Caecilius is saying things like, I am a banker, I have money. Well, don't show off about it, just keep it to yourself. Lucky you. Anyway, let's go back to stage 1. Stage 1, page 2. You can just, well, I can on the tablet, you can just swipe and there's Kerberos. He's the nicest character by far. He's in at the beginning and in at the end. And there he is, standing to attention in the street like a guard dog should. And before too long, he's had enough of that and he's sleeping in the street. At some point, you're going to come to the first passage, that's Kerberos. I think we've all looked at that, but just so that you are helped to remember for future reference, in this passage there's all sorts of vocab at the top and there's vocab at the side as well. That's doing it the hard way, really. If you want to do the passage easily and quickly, and who wouldn't want to do that, you click on resources. You explore Kerberos. So there's the story in full coming up, and you click on the word Caecilius. Guess what it means? It means Caecilius. Caecilius est in horto. Caecilius is in the garden. But he's not just in the garden, because very soon we learn Caecilius in horto sedet. Caecilius is sitting in the garden. What I've failed to do there, and should mention, and let me remind you now, is that if there's est in a sentence, it's the same order as English, really. But if there isn't, if there's any other verb apart from est, you've got to do first word, Caecilius, sedet, sits, or is sitting, it doesn't matter, in the garden. First word, last word, back to the middle. Okay, so that's how you translate a passage. If we were to go back now I don't really know how I'm going to do that online. Okay, I can do it this way. Go to online activities, book 1, and all the 12 stages come up here. You click on book 1, but this isn't the book. These are all the sort of things you can do as well as go through the book page by page. You might want to, and you can see there the top one is explore the story. Well, we've done that. Test your vocabulary. You might want to learn the words at the end of stage 1. There's a list in the book if you want to look, but you can set yourself a vocab test. Number of words 10. Well, you've only learnt about 10 Latin words, so it's got to be 10. It can't be any more. Latin to English is the easy way. Checklist words in stage 1. By the way, if you didn't want to do in stage 1, you could do up to, and then let's say if you fancied learning all the words in the book, you'd learn all the words up to stage 12. Well, at the moment we've only done the first one, so that's a bit adventurous. So let's go back to 1, and instead of up to, in stage 1. Start that, and you've got to decide whether, this is ridiculous, whether the word in means in, or garden, or mother. Well, nobody in the right mind would choose anything but in, so you choose that, it works. Does laborat mean is, works, or sits? Well, what do you think? It means works. Coquus, it's not going to mean dog, is it, for God's sake? It's going to mean cook. Mater means mother, etc. Father, oh God, this is getting tedious. Canis, est means is. Sedet means sits. And son means son. Servus means slave. It never means servant because, of course, the slaves had to work for nothing. That was their job. So there you go. You've done a vocab test. You've got everything right. That's just great. We can close that now. And we can look back at some of the other things you can do. For example, practicing the language. Now, if we were to go back to the Cambridge Latin textbook, you can see that on a single page, handily, in stage 1, you've got 2 different things. You've got about the language, which is always, in every stage, really important. And you make sure you read that carefully. Anything that's introduced in a new stage has pictures at the front where they don't really explain what's going on. So if you want to know what's going on, you must find about the language. Read that carefully. But there's also, on this same page, which is stage 1, page 7, you've got practicing the language. Now, they can be really tedious, and normally I just leave them out. However, they don't have to be tedious, because what you can do is you can do them as an online activity. Exactly the same words, and this is the first sentence from number 1. Practicing the language A. So you've got to decide who's in the garden. I think that I'm going to say Canis is in the garden. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. It's not that, I think. It's not that. I'm going to say it's Servus est in horto. That's correct. That's why it disappeared. I'm going to say that means the slave is in the garden. I'm going to check that, and for some reason I managed to get it right first time. That's really good. Well done me. Okay, so that's how to do practicing the language, and I've mentioned just how important about the language is. So when we go into stage 2, to some extent, the first thing you do is look at about the language, find it somewhere, read that, then the pictures just make sense. But notice all these other things as well that are available. The town of Pompeii. Click for our main section of links. I know I don't want to do that. I'm going to look at Caecilius actually. Caecilius and his, well, it says Caecilius 1, the bronze head. Okay, we've seen that, but just in case we're not sure or we've forgotten what he looks like. There he is. There he is. That's enough of that. And you should just spend some time actually just clicking on these links and seeing what comes up. So that's somebody, I don't know what's going on there because half of it's missing. But anyway, there's people looking at something, and then there's some sort of mythological picture there. This clearly is a fresco, not an original, but be reproduced. And if you find that sort of thing interesting, well, there's plenty there to check out on the online activities. He's not just doing the stories quickly and practicing the language. There's all sorts of other links if you're interested in the Roman world. I think for the moment that's it. That's how to explore the Cambridge Latin course. Find it on Google, access it easily, find the textbook, the virtual textbook, find all the activities and have a look at them. So that's enough for the moment. I'll move into stage 2 before long, and I'll do a similar video. If this works, of course I've got to save it, upload it, and anything could happen. It could go badly wrong, but let's just see. Okay, bye for now.